And as the smell of popcorn wafts through the air into the broadcast booth here at Katie Seashole Pressly Stadium, welcome to the Gator Student Broadcast Network. I'm Nevada Cullen here with my partner Parker Fluke. Today is February 12th, 2020, and we're here for the Florida Gators Softball regular season home opener against the University of North Florida Ospreys. The Gators sit at 4-1 this season, and UNF is 2-2. Freshman Riley Trilicek takes the mound for the Gators. She will be in the circle today, and she threw a no-hitter her last time out against Georgia State. Parker, what are you looking for out of Trilicek tonight?
Yeah, Trilicek's been really impressive for the Gators. Obviously, she's a freshman, but she's gained some experience here earlier. The Gators lost a lot of good pitching to seniors last year, so Trilicek stepping up has been really huge for them. In that no-hitter that you mentioned against Georgia State, she threw for 5 innings, and they mercy ruled that Georgia State team. But she threw 6 strikeouts, which is really instrumental, and it just tells you that she can get a lot of swings and misses from the hitters. She's one of 4 freshmen in program history to throw a no-hitter, so expect big things from her today. We'll see if she can continue that performance into the circle like you mentioned, but definitely should be a fun one to watch.
And then we'll see what the offense do tonight. Gators will start on defense as the home team, but on the offensive side of the ball, look for Charlotte Eccles, the transfer from Michigan State, who is absolutely raking this season. She has a .467 average to start, and she is just hot. What are you looking for out of her tonight, Parker?
Yeah, like you mentioned, Charlotte Eccles, a transfer out of Michigan State. She's a sophomore. She made the All-Big Ten team, All-Big Ten freshman team for the Spartans last year. And, yeah, she's been on fire, like you mentioned. A really great asset for this team. This team that lost Amanda Lorenz last year, who was arguably their best hitter. So definitely some starters like Trilicek and Eccles that have stepped up big here early on and should be looking for big performances tonight against the Ospreys.
So Trilicek's on the mound. Catching tonight for the Gators, Julia Cottrell. First base, Kendall Lindemann. Second base, Hannah Adams. Shortstop, Sophia Reynoso. At third is Eccles. Left field, Cheyenne Lindsay. Center field, Jade Caraway. And in right field, Jordan Matthews. The designated player is Jordan Roberts, usually the catcher. And batting first tonight is for North Florida, Engman. Here's the first pitch. That one's foul, tipped into the middle of the catcher, bounces out. Engman's a .273 hitter on the season for North Florida. See if she can get something started right here for the Ospreys.
A big statistic for her, though, is she's .429 on-base percentage. She's walked 3 times, so while her average might not be where she wants it to be just yet, she has been good at making it on base.
That's a ball outside from Trilicek. Count is now 1-1. Just getting underway here from Katie Seashole Pressly Stadium. The Gators' home opener against UNF. Here's Trilicek winding up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Trilicek gets ahead early in this count against.
Nice velocity there. Engman was way late on that pitch, which led her to miss the ball completely.
Trilicek ahead 1-2. We'll see if she goes for the rise pitch right here. And that is a ball 2.
Engman thought about that one, but decided not to go for it. Good call there by the leadoff batter.
Was going for a slap hit right there, but pulled back. Did not go. So 2-2 is the count. Here's Trilicek at the belt. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one's tapped back. Fielded by the shortstop, and there is safe. The umpire says safe, and Engman is on with an infield hit. That ball was hit to Reynoso, a short chopper over the pitcher's mound, and she got there. She beat the throw.
Great hustle by both sides there. Reynoso was really quick to get to the ball, but unfortunately, Engman was much quicker to the first base bag and was able to beat that one out.
Up now, number 11 for UNF, the center fielder, Elena Lucas. On first is Engman with no outs. Here's the pitch. That ball's bunted, back to the pitcher. Trilicek takes her time, gives it to first. There's one away. Engman advances to second. A great play right there by Lucas to advance the runner with now 1 out. No score in the top of the first.
Smart call there by Trilicek. She looked over to second base to see if there was a possible double play to turn there, but there was just not nearly enough time. She just decided to throw it over to first base for the easy out.
A really well-executed bunt by Lucas right there, like you said, Parker. Here's the 3 batter, Kayla McGorry, the second baseman for UNF, who is hot this season. Here's the pitch from Trilicek. There's strike 1 on the inside corner. Great pitch.
Nice location there for Trilicek. If she's able to land those today, then she'll have no problem with this Ospreys lineup.
Count is 0-1. No score, top of the first. UNF with a runner on second. Here's the pitch. The ball's fouted right back. Almost in our direction in the press
I thought
box.
that one might be coming up to the booth, but
didn't see the net right there.
Fortunately, we got some nice nets protecting us and keeping us nice and cozy.
Thank you, Caleb McGorry, for keeping our reflexes on point tonight. McGorry, the 3-hitter for UNF. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Inside, ball one, just a hair off the plate. Great pitch from Trilchek, great eye right there by McGorry.
The home faithful not too pleased with that one. It was a nice location, but the ump decided it was a little bit too inside that time.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Trilchek. That ball sliced through the left side, a hard line drive. Lindsay throws it in. Runner advances to third. Great piece of hitting right there by McGorry, who was all over that pitch by Trilchek on the 1-2. Drilled it through the hole.
Yeah, McGorry stays at first base, so now women on first and third with only one out. Great job by the Ospreys early on to set themselves up with an opportunity to score with at least one person in scoring position, maybe another on the way.
So in the top of the first with no score, UNF has runners on the corners with one out. Now batting is Rebecca Koski, the third baseman and the cleanup hitter for the Ospreys. Here's the pitch from Trilchek. That ball's high, 1-0.
Koski's been arguably the Ospreys' best hitter so far. She's batting .417, currently has 5 hits, which leads the starting lineup tonight. Her slugging percentage at .750, so you know she can get a bat to the ball and make it go pretty far.
Here's Trilchek winding up the 1-0 pitch. That ball sliced to Reynoso. It's short. Flips 2, flips 1, and the double play. The Gators execute right there to get out of the inning. Trilchek works out of the jam, and we are now at the middle of the first inning. Still 0-0. Gators avoid the damage right there.
And I think I jinxed her that time. That time Koski hit it a little bit too hard to the point where the double play was almost routine. If that one had been hit a little bit softer, then she would have had an opportunity to get on first base. But for now, the Ospreys will settle for 0 runs on 2 hits in that first inning, and we are going to take a quick commercial break.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3, CH2, 50, CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do.
And welcome back to Pressly Stadium as the Gators enter the bottom half of the first inning after the Ospreys left 2 on base there in the top. With runners on the corners, they could not score with 1 out as a double play ended the inning. So leading off for the Gators is Hannah Adams, second baseman. Pitching tonight for UNF is Haley Rollerson, 3.5 ERA on the season. And Adams will be looking for a way on here for the Gators. Here's the pitch. Fast delivery outside, off-speed pitch. That's ball 1 to Adams.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Rollerson has a really quick delivery, so for the Gators batters, they need to make sure they're able to read the ball as it's coming out of her hand because it doesn't take long for it to get to the circle from the mound.
1-0 pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. Great pitch right there from Rollerson.
Rollerson is 0-1 on the season so far after suffering a loss to Western Kentucky, but in that game, her team scored 0 runs throughout the whole event while only giving up 3 runs to Western Kentucky. So that's just an event where the batting for the Ospreys really didn't help her out.
Strike 2, Rollerson dots the outside corner. Adams in trouble now, down 1-2. Score is 0-0. Florida looking for something in the bottom of the inning after holding UNF in the top of the first. Here's the 1-2. Adams looks outside, ball 2. 2-2 now the count. Rollerson really being tricky with her. Dot in the outside corner, continually off speed, trying to get her off balance. We'll see what Adams can do here. Rollerson looks at the wristband. Here's the 2-2. Slices that, line drive, left side, over the third baseman's head. Fielded by the left fielder. That's Engman.
Yeah, and a nice job there by Adams to go opposite field. She sends that ball. It's a little quicker coming out of the hand of Rollerson, so she just decides to go with the ball. A little bit of a late swing there, though, but she's actually able to push it over the third baseman's head and into shallow left field. Great job there by Adams to get on base with 0 outs here in the bottom of the first.
That'll bring up first baseman for the Gators, Kendall Lindemann, a key player for this team. If she's hot, then the Gators offense is hot. She'll watch ball 1 high.
Yeah, and Lindemann is actually one of the most experienced players on this team. She's a senior. She's a catcher for this team, and she actually earned a spot in the 2020 USA Softball Top 50 watch list to start the season.
1-0 pitch. Drilled directly to the third baseman. Nice snag right there by Koski. There's 1 out for UNF.
Yeah, and Koski wasn't going to get beat for another base hit that time after Adams put it over her head for her base hit. So nice awareness there at the third base side. Nice awareness by Adams to get back to first base and avoid getting tagged up on.
Now here's Charlotte Eccles, the big slugger for the Gators. Hitting, like we said, .467 on the season. Just a ridiculous average so far. Adams is on first for the Gators with 1 out. Score still not at 0 in the bottom of the first. That first pitch is outside. Charlotte Eccles takes, and it's 1-0 the count.
And Eccles was a huge acquisition from Michigan State. She actually led the Spartans with a .359 average and 7 home runs in 2019, and she made the All-Big Ten freshman team like I mentioned earlier.
Here's Rollerson with the pitch. Eccles takes inside. Great eye by Eccles right there. Just took that pitch inside to work the count out to 2-0 with Adams on first. Gators with a base runner, and Eccles will try to move her and get on base herself. Here's the 2-0 from Rollerson, checking her wristband for the pitch. Again, outside. Being careful not to give one to Eccles. She knows the damage Eccles can do. Number 4 for the Gators can slug it as the infielders converge, and there'll be a little meeting on the mound for Rollerson to regain her confidence right here. She does not want to get runners in scoring position with a very dangerous Gators team thus far this season.
And after struggling against Hannah Adams and giving up that base hit to lead off the game, Hannah Adams is actually a left-hander. Eccles is as well, so maybe the issue for Rollerson is just dealing with that left-handed hitter, maybe trying to work around her a bit and just maybe overthinking it here early on.
Here's Rollerson checking her wristband. Here's the 3-0. There's a pitch slightly outside. Eccles takes ball 4. Eccles goes to first on the walk, and Adams advances to second. First and second for the Gators now. No out, 1 out.
Nice, easy 4-pitch walk there for Eccles, and great start to this game for the Gators offensively as they have 2 people on with 1 out, like you mentioned.
And here's the designated player, Jordan Roberts, number 14 for the Gators. She's usually the catcher. Cottrell will take backstop duties tonight. And here's Roberts, the pitch from Rollerson. Just off the plate. Great pitch from Rollerson, but just missed.
Yeah, Roberts struggling early with her batting average. She's at 176 right now, but where she's not struggling is with those home runs. She already has 3 on the young season, 2 of those coming against Georgia State, which is a single-game career high for her.
Here's the 1-0. She takes that for strike 1. Count will be 1-1, 1 out in the first inning. Bottom of the first. Florida has 2 on, a runner in scoring position for Roberts. Here's the pitch from Rollerson. That ball's drilled foul left side past the third base bag.
Just a bit in front of that one that time, unable to square that one up, and she just dribbles it out to the left side for a foul.
Count will go to 1-2. Rollerson looking to put it away. Gators looking to make something happen here in the bottom of the first. Try to get 1. A base hit to the right side should do so if he gets through. That ball's outside, so Roberts takes the count to 2-2. Rollerson really struggling to hit her spots right now. Pitching the ball well, just missing. Here's the 2-2 from Rollerson. Roberts drives one, center field. Center fielder going back. That one's at the wall, and it is gone. Three-run shot, her 4th of the year. That's Jordan Roberts going yard. That'll bring in Adams, Eccles, and of course Roberts. What a start to this game for the Gators in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and a nice drive there, driving it right over the 220 center field wall, and that one could have been gone basically any part of this field. That one was deep, an absolute dinger.
Lucas knew that one was gone for North Florida. She just trotted back knowing there was no chance. Everyone just watched it fly. What a majestic shot right there.
Yeah, and on the first strike, she watched a ball that was probably hittable. She probably could have gotten a good piece of it, but she was just waiting for another one that she could square up, and it eventually came, and she did not miss it the second time. Great job there, great awareness, and like you said, 4 home runs already for Roberts, an absolute slugger at the plate.
So now with 1 out in the bottom of the first, the Florida Gators lead UNF 3-0. That first pitch is outside. You can tell Rollerson's a little shaken up after that, giving up that home run. Jordan Matthews now up, the right fielder for the Gators. And the coach coming out to talk to her pitcher. Rollerson's going to need a second. North Florida is coached by Marcy Higgs, who is in search of her 400th career victory. She needs only one more win to get there. So if North Florida is able to come back tonight, then that would be Coach Higgs' 400th career win.
And another big storyline to follow with the coach is Florida head coach Tim Walton is actually chasing his 900th career Division I. He currently sits at 898 and 232. The Gators are able to pick up a win tonight. That just makes him 1 win closer to that immense milestone for him. And he would be the second fastest coach to reach it in NCAA history, behind Mark Condrea for Arizona, if he did that in under 1,077 games, which is an incredibly impressive feat for the Florida boss.
Here's the pitch to Matthews. That'll go for ball 2. Gators up 3-0 in the bottom of the first over UNF with that 3-run homer by Roberts, who just crushed one over the center field wall. Here's Matthews looking to find a way on. Rollerson looks at her wristband, the 2-0 pitch, high, ball 3. Rollerson really struggling right now. This Gators team is really dangerous. And if you're not careful, like she wasn't to Roberts, then the ball will fly. Here's the 3-0. Rollerson looking to keep her off base and cannot do so. 4-pitch walk issued to Jordan Matthews will bring up center fielder Jade Caraway, looking to do some damage here for the Gators.
That's Rollerson's second walk. Both of those walks coming on 4 balls, like you said, and really just struggling to find her spots.
And Higgs will make her way out to the mound to make a pitching change. Rollerson will exit after only recording 1 out. A tough outing for the Osprey starting pitcher, as she was just shelled by the Gators, with Hannah Adams leading with her leadoff single, Eccles reaching on a walk, Roberts drilling that 3-run homer, and of course now issuing the 4-pitch walk to Matthews. She just clearly didn't have it tonight.
Yeah, definitely not the outcome she was looking for coming into this game. She only gave up 2 hits to the Gators, but like you said, those walks and just not being able to find those spots was really haunting her, especially after that home run that she gave up to Roberts.
And there will be a new pitcher for North Florida, as we'll take a quick commercial break as we wait for Caraway to step back up for the Gators. 3-0 Gators, bottom of the first.
This is the sound of someone correctly installing a car seat. And this is the sound of someone incorrectly installing a car seat. Correctly, incorrectly. Hear the difference? No? That's because installing a car seat incorrectly is terribly easy. So much so, 75% of adults install them wrong. For simple instructions on how to get it right, visit buckleupforlife.org. Ah, perfectly executed. Brought to you by Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center.
My name is Ruth Rusi, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school.
And Dyer will be the new pitcher for North Florida, sizing up her first batter. And that's a called strike on the outside corner. Good pitch right there to Caraway. Dyer entering the game. Florida leading 3-0 over North Florida. Dyer looking to put the Band-Aid on the wound for North Florida. That ball slapped, hits the third baseman's glove, and Caraway gets a hit. Rounding to third is Matthews. That ball's overthrown, and Caraway gets to second. Great heads-up base running by Caraway. That ball just deflected, glanced off the third baseman's glove. That's Koski, who did not really have a chance. A really well-hit ball right there by Caraway.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that one hadn't deflected off Koski's glove, if it wouldn't have continued going foul. Really not sure. The flight of that ball was really unpredictable, but these Gator hitters are just slapping the ball to left field so far. That's the third ball that's been hit in that direction. They're really just squaring up these Osprey pitchers.
So here's the catcher, Julia Cottrell. Dyer got roughed up on her second pitch of the ball game, and there's a strike. So she's hitting her spots now. Gators just hitting the ball well. Nothing you can do about that if you're the Ospreys right now. So Dyer gets a strike on her. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slap right back up the middle. That'll score one. Rounding third, but stopping is Caraway. And there's an RBI single by Julia Cottrell. Swings and drives one up the middle. Jordan Matthews scores. It's 4-0 Gators over the UNF Ospreys.
Yeah, and great decision there by the third base coach to hold Caraway at third base. She rounded it really hard. You could tell she wanted to go home, but that throw in from the center fielder was just too quick. She wouldn't have been able to make it safely.
And here's the 8 batter in the bottom of the first. Sophia Reynoso coming up for the Gators, the shortstop, with runners on the corners for Florida. Here's the pitch from Dyer. That ball is a perfect strike. She really does a great job of getting ahead in counts. That's her third in a row. That's a first pitch strike.
Yeah, and Reynoso is one of the more vocal leaders of this team. The press asked Tim Walton who would step up to lead this team in the absence of Lorenz, and he said one of them would be Reynoso.
That ball's high and inside. That'll go for ball one. So it's a 1-1 count to Reynoso with one out in the bottom of the first. Florida leads 4-0 after they're just hitting the ball all over the yard right now over North Florida. Here's the pitch from Dyer looking at her wristband. Sizes up her batter. Here's the pitch. Outside, strike two. Great spot right there from Dyer.
She took a little bit off that one, too. Less velocity in a nice location there. Great pitch.
So Reynoso is in a 1-2 hole right now with one out. Dyer sizes up Reynoso. Here's the pitch. Low and away. That'll be ball two. She works the count to 2-2.
Yeah, that one not close. Low and away for Reynoso. Easy decision to lay off that one.
Cottrell was taking a little bit of a jump. Not going anywhere, though, yet. With a 2-2 pitch and one out to Reynoso. Here it is. That ball's drilled to left field. Left fielder going back. Reaches up over her head. And in comes Caraway. That'll be a long single by Reynoso, who just drove that ball over the head of Engman and left.
Yeah, and it had a lot of air time. From up here, it looked like it might have landed in shallow left, but it just kept going and kept hanging up in the air until it eventually reached the warning track. And the left fielder there for the Ospreys, Engman wasn't able to catch up with it.
Ball's really carrying tonight for the Gators, Parker. You're right.
Yeah, Caraway wasn't sure whether or not to stay and tag up in third. Eventually, the ball dropped, and she was able to score safely.
So in steps the 9-hitter, the left fielder, Cheyenne Lindsay for the Gators, who have now batted around this inning. Here's the pitch from Dyer. Slapped foul back into the left. Lindsay trying for the slap hit right there, trying to push something through.
Lindsay in her fourth start for the Gators this season. She's had 7 at-bats, and during those 7 at-bats, she's had 3 hits, one of which was a double. So when she does get the field to start, she has made most use of her at-bats. So look for her to do something here at the 9 spot.
0-1 to Lindsay is high and outside, 1-1. Gators now lead 5-0 in the bottom of the first. Have runners on first and second for Cheyenne Lindsay, looking to add more to the Gators' huge first inning. Osprey pitcher Dyer sizing her up. Here's the slow off-speed pitch, just tapped foul. Count will go to 1-2 with one out. Gators just really firing on all cylinders on offense. Like you said at the beginning, Coach Tim Walton is just needing his team to step up offensively after losing Kelly Barnhill, who was just an ace for this team in the past years, and really delivering. Here's the 1-2 to Lindsay. Ball is low. That'll go for ball 2. Gator hitters really working the count right now. Dyer has been hitting her spots, but the Gators hitters have been patient.
Yeah, and when you get down in these counts, these 2-2, these 2-1 counts, it's really easy to just lose a grip and maybe give up an easier pitch.
Ball's tapped to the right side. Diving stop by the second baseman, but can't do anything. That was a great stop by McGorry, laying out full extension to rob her of a ball hit into the outfield. She still reaches on the single. Lindsay's a fast runner right there. That'll load the bases for the Gators with the leadoff hitter, Hannah Adams, coming back in.
Yeah, and that stop there by McGorry isn't going to show up in any statistics, but it shows hustle. And it stops Cottrell from scoring from third base. It was just a great all-around play there to save that from becoming even worse than it already was.
The first pitch to Adams is high and outside corner for a strike. Great pitch right there from Dyer. Count is 0-1 with 1 out. Gators lead 5-0. Bases loaded for the leadoff hitter, Hannah Adams. Here's the pitch from Dyer. Ball outside, 1-1.
Yeah, and if Dyer doesn't get a handle on this one quick, then this one could spiral out of control very quickly. Already at 5-0 on the game, and bases loaded with only 1 out. This one could get out of control rather quickly.
A great stop by McGorry. That one could have scored a run on the last hit by Lindsay. Here's the 1-1 to Adams. Ball 2, high and out.
Gators have already hit around the lineup. Adams with her second at bat, bottom of the first inning, so they've definitely done their due diligence. The only out coming for the senior Kendall Linneman, which is something of a shock.
Here's the 2-1. Adams foul tips it into the mitt. That's 2-2. Took a big hack right there trying to get something, but it was a good pitch right there by Dyer. Kept it away from her. Gators trying to push across a couple more right here with a base hit. Ospreys looking for the double play. Here's the pitch. 3-2. That ball is outside. Count is now full on Adams.
Yeah, and this is a really important out for the Ospreys because it's not going to get any better from here. After Adams, you have Lindemann, Eccles, and then Roberts, who we saw smash a ball over the center field wall. So it's going to get harder before it gets easier.
Ball 4 outside. That is a walk, and that will score a run. Cottrell comes in to score. It is now 6-0 Gators as the bases loaded walk to Adams drives in another for Florida.
And the catcher for the Ospreys, Ashley Goebel, throwing it over to second to try to pick off the Gator on third base in the hopes that that would have been a strikeout, but it ended up being a walk, so it made little difference, if any.
So up steps the first baseman, Kendall Lindemann. Like you said, Parker, the only out this inning, but she drilled it to Koski last time at third. We'll see if she can put one through here with still only 1 out, and the Gators leading 6-0 in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Good eye from Lindemann. Dyer usually throws first pitch strikes, but Lindemann is a threat at the plate as the catcher, Goebel, will trot out to the mound to talk to her pitcher, and infield will have a chat real quick.
Yeah, just a meeting with the players. UNF coaching staff won't come out here. There is no pitching change coming up. The Osprey team just want to try to get a handle on this game. Right now, sitting at 6-0 in the bottom of the first, it has not been going their way in the slightest.
So we'll see what Lindemann can do right here with a 1-0 count and 1 out. Dyer looking to stop the bleeding for UNF, down 6-0 in the bottom of the first. Kendall Lindemann at the plate with the bases loaded.
Yeah, and if they don't get a control of this one soon here, like I said, we could be heading home early with a mercy rule.
That ball is taken just inside, just a hair inside. A great pitch from Dyer, but the umpire says ball 2. So the 2-0 count on Lindemann. Dyer working quick. Here it goes. Ball is stroked off the glove of the pitcher, and that'll drive in a run. That ball was off of Dyer's glove, and Lindemann gets the job done, drives in a run. It's 7-0 Gators. Runners still on second and third, but now 2 outs as UNF takes 1 step closer to ending this inning.
Yeah, that's going to be a sacrifice ground out for Lindemann, who shockingly is the only player who hasn't reached base yet, but a nice RBI there. It's really good news for the Gators and the Ospreys. The Ospreys are just trying to get out of this inning any way they can, and they'll take that if it's an out.
Ball is way outside, a little bit of a pitch out. Goebel looked to pick off a runner, but did not throw. Here's Charlotte Eccles. Last time up, Eccles walked. We'll see if she can find her way on this time for the Gators. Drives one, easy fly ball to second, short right field. McGorry ranges over and makes the catch. That'll be the end of the inning. Florida with a 7-run bottom of the first. UNF just could not make anything happen there defensively as Rollerson had to exit the game early. So Florida leads North Florida 7-0. That's the end of the first inning, and we'll go to the second, and we'll take a short commercial break.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it...
Morning, Daddy!
Very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it
Morning, Daddy!
very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it
Morning, Daddy!
very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
And here we go from the top of the second inning with the Gators leading 7-0 over UNF. Trilicek on the bump for the Gators. That's ball one. That's Fent.
Paige Fent seeing her first at bat here for the Ospreys in this game.
Fent for UNF. There's ball two. Trilicek struggling to find the plate right now. Gators with a 7-0 lead after a 3-run homer by Jordan Roberts, correction. That ball's fouled off, 2-1 by Fent. Trilicek finally gets the strike. No outs in the top of the second inning. Trilicek taking her time up there. Here's the pitch to Fent, the 2-1. Rocks back. Outside, at ball three.
Just a bit outside there for Trilicek.
So the 3-1 count. Here's Trilicek on the rubber, sizes up Fent. Drilled, shortstop, Reynoso snags it. That's one out in the top of the second inning. Florida gets their first out of the inning and still leads 7-0.
Yeah, that ball hung just a bit in the air that time. Reynoso, no real difficulty. It was hit right to her. Nice velocity, but just not the right place at the right time for the Ospreys on that hit.
Here's Fent. Oh, that ball's tapped left side. Soft. Reynoso fields, throws to first, and gets Jackson for the out. That's 2 outs for the Gators.
Great job there by Reynoso. 2 straight plays there for her for the putouts. You could tell that Eccles was thinking about getting at third base, but Reynoso called her off and took it instead in a nice fast throw to first base to beat out the hitter that time for the Ospreys.
So 2 outs for the Ospreys here in the top of the second. Up steps catcher Ashley Goebel, looking to get something going here for the Ospreys.
Yeah, Goebel on 12 at-bats, only 1 hit so far in this early season.
That ball's outside, ball one. UNF had 2 runners on in the top of the first inning. First and third could not drive them in. And now have had 2 batters up, 2 batters down. Here's the pitch from Trilicek. Stroked, left side through, base hit. Nice line drive hit right there by Goebel.
Yeah, that time she was able to split Reynoso and Eccles for her second hit on the season. Nice job there, nice stroke there, and great swing.
So up now for the Ospreys after their 3rd hit of the game is right fielder Brittany Sundermeyer. Goebel is on first. Gators lead 7-0 over the UNF Ospreys here in the top of the second. Goebel with the single, now on first base. Here's the pitch to Sundermeyer. That ball is outside, ball one. Trilicek struggling to find the zone right here.
Ospreys looking for their 3rd win tonight after losing. They played in the Trojan Classic this past weekend to start off their season. They won games against Western Kentucky and the College of Charleston, but then lost another game to Western Kentucky and another to Troy. So,
Ball 2 is inside. Trilchek struggling right now, looking to find a way just to get out of this inning. Runner on first. Gators up 7-0. Sundermeyer up for the Ospreys. UNF with a runner on first. Here's the pitch from Trilchek. Ball's grounded. Second baseman flips. And there's Reynoso collecting it for the final out of the inning. That was Adams to Reynoso for the third out of the inning. Florida leads 7-0, heading to the bottom of the second here from Pressly Stadium. We'll take a short break.
This is the sound of someone correctly installing a car seat. And this is the sound of someone incorrectly installing a car seat. Correctly, incorrectly. Hear the difference? No? That's because installing a car seat incorrectly is terribly easy. So much so, 75% of adults install them wrong. For simple instructions on how to get it right, visit buckleupforlife.org. Ah, perfectly executed. Brought to you by Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center.
My name is Ruth Rusi, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids, healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Welcome back to the Gator Student Broadcast Network. I'm Nevada Cullen here with Parker Fluke. Gators lead 7-0 going into the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Gators, Jordan Roberts, her last time up, homered over the center field wall in what was a beautiful mammoth home run for the Gators.
Yeah, nice section of this lineup coming up. I mean, any of this section of the lineup can really kill you for the Gators, but Roberts showing some great strength, and Matthews also very dangerous.
First pitch is outside by Dyer, 1-0. Dyer, the new pitcher for North Florida, after Rollerson exited after only 0.1 innings, only could record one out in the bottom of the first, correction. Here's the pitch to Roberts. Ball 2 outside. So 2-0 is now the count to Jordan Roberts. Dyer smartly being careful with the slugger, the cleanup hitter for the Florida Gators. Dyer checks the wristband. Here's the 2-0. Outside, ball 3. Roberts easily works the count to 3-0. Dyer started off hot, but was drilled by the Gators. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Roberts. Ball 4. Just misses. And Roberts is on again. First time she was barely on with the home run, but she'll be on for a little longer now with the walk. Up steps Jordan Matthews, the 5-hitter for the Gators. Last time she walked on 4 pitches. Gators lead 7-0, bottom of the second, no outs. Jordan Roberts on first for the Gators. Jordan Matthews at the bat. That's ball 1. Ball 1 to Matthews. Dyer.
So far, the pitching has been really subpar for the Ospreys. They've thrown 49 total pitchers to the Gators' 23.
And that ball's fouled back by Matthews. Count will go to 1-1 with no outs. Matthews looking to find a way on. Trying to advance Roberts at first with no outs in this inning.
Another metric to look at in the pitching, Ospreys 42.9% strike percentage to the Gators' 56.5.
Pitch from Dyer's low, ball 2.
Really just not finding their spots for UNF. That's just been an issue that's plagued them this whole game. They're really going to want to correct that early on this season if they're going to want to have any success. Don't have a good softball team if you can't locate your pitches.
Dyer's pitch drilled down the middle. Ground ball right back up the middle by Matthews. That'll advance Roberts and 2 runners on for the Gators with no outs. in the bottom of the second.
And it's really a double-edged sword because for UNF, they haven't been able to locate most of their pitches, but whenever they do, the Gators are able to hit it and hit base hits and find the gaps. So it just hasn't been working out for the Ospreys tonight. The Gators have made them pay when they throw them strikes, and when they're throwing balls, the Gators are fine taking a walk. So just they've been doing it both ways for the Gators offense.
So after the single by Matthews, 2 runners on for Jade Caraway. Caraway takes strike 1. Last time Caraway singled, found her way on, and later scored one of the Gators' 7 runs in the bottom of the first. Here's the 0-1 to Caraway. Steps forward, ball 2. Ball 1, correction. Count is 1-1. Dyer looking to get a double play right here with no outs in the inning and 2 on. That pitch is outside. So now 2-1. Caraway working the count. And that's the catcher. Goebel will trot out to the mound, talk with their pitcher. Koski and Harper having a word at third and short, talking about strategy.
If you're just joining us, the Gators up 7-0, top of the second inning. No outs so far with runners on first and second. Gators looking very dangerous tonight on offense. For the Gator Student Broadcast Network, I'm Parker Fluke here with Nevada Cullen. It's been a nice opening night here for the regular season home opener for the Gators. They're going to look to continue that offensive success here in the top of the second.
The 2-1. Caraway takes it for strike 2. Started to run out of the box. Looking for something to punch through the infield, but could not. As the count is now 2-2. Dyer looking to get the first out of the inning for UNF. Here's the delivery. Strike 3. Caraway goes down looking. She hopped a little bit, tried to maybe get out of the way of that pitch. She got a little too close, but it was in the strike zone, and Dyer gets her first strikeout of the night for UNF. Up for the Gators now with 1 out, leading 7-0, is Julia Cottrell, who singled her last time up, the Gators catcher.
That was actually the first strikeout of this game for either side. It's been mostly walks and hits or just putouts for both of these teams tonight.
First pitch is a ball to Cottrell. Here's Dyer. Double play ball would end the inning for UNF. Cottrell looking to push one through for the Gators. Drives it off the glove of the shortstop, a hard line drive, and that will load the bases. Cottrell with smoked one right at Harper for UNF, and that ball she could just not hang on to.
Yeah, and you know Dyer's going to be really upset with Harper at shortstop, but that ball just had a ton of velocity coming off the bat, and she just wasn't able to get there quickly enough at shortstop, and fortunately for the Ospreys, it bounced into shallow center where they were able to collect it before any further damage was done, but, I mean, enough damage has been done. The bases are now loaded with only 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
And Coach Higgs will take a trip out to the mound to talk to her pitcher for UNF. Dyer looking to get out of this jam with the bases loaded. UNF trailing 7-0 to the Florida Gators. Bottom of the second inning already, and Gators already have a 7-0 lead with the bases loaded. Parker, what have you seen so far from this Gators offense that you've liked?
So far, what I've seen has just been total and complete execution of the game plan for the Gators. Obviously, the Gators had lost a lot of key seniors last year, notably Amanda Lorenz and some more pitchers that they lost. So the name of the game this year, according to head coach Tim Walton, was trying to revamp their offense. He knows that they have less star power at pitcher. Obviously, they've been killing it tonight with their pitching, allowing only 0 runs. And they have Natalie Lugo for the Gators, who's been really great for them this season. But they're going to need to be better offensively to make up for that lack in pitching. And they've done that and much more tonight.
And here's Reynoso for the Gators with the bases loaded. Takes one on the corner for a strike. Great pitch by Dyer right there. Gators having the bases loaded. A lot of runners in scoring position so far this game and have been able to convert and drive them in. Not struggling with runners in scoring position so far. Here's the 0-1 to Reynoso. Off-speed high, taken, ball 1.
Yeah, the Gators have been hitting .625, 5 of 8 with runners in scoring position, like you mentioned, and 7 of 11 for .636 average with runners on. So they've been clutch when it matters.
Ball 2 is taken outside by Reynoso. Dyer will look to throw strikes right here with nowhere to put the batter. Bases are loaded for the Gators. Up 7-0 in this bottom of the second. Here's the pitch from Dyer. Ball is stroked, left field foul, bounces almost out.
Yeah, that time Reynoso was just a bit in front of that ball. Was able to punch it to the left side for a foul, but if she gets a ball in that same location, she'll probably be able to square it up. So for Dyer, she doesn't want to throw it to that location again. She's going to need to get more creative with her spots here.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Reynoso from Dyer. Ball's drilled right side, foul.
That time she did about the opposite, was a little late on that one, so maybe now that she's gotten an early swing and a late swing out of her system, this one will be just right. That's what she hopes. We'll see if Dyer can't execute from the circle with a good pitch.
That one looked good right off the bat, but kept carrying foul. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Dyer. We'll do it again from 2-2. Dyer looks at her wristband. Reynoso at bat for the Gators with the bases loaded. Ball high, 3-2. Reynoso works it full.
That's been one of the Gators' biggest strengths so far, is putting themselves in good counts, working these pitchers. Even if they get out, Reynoso's RA made Dyer throw a lot of pitches to her.
Full count pitch from Dyer. Left side, foul. Fielded by Koski, who stopped it just in front of the bag, just left of the foul line.
Yeah, that one just foul. If it had been just a couple inches to the right, it would have been a nice grounder down the third base line and possibly a base hit.
Gators are finding ways to put the ball through on this left side. We'll see if Reynoso can do it here. Here's the 3-2 delivery by Dyer. Ball's drilled right at the third baseman, off her glove. Just foul, says the umpire.
Yeah, and Koski that time, if she had been able to make that play, it would have been a win-win situation because a catch on a foul ball, none of the runners would have been able to do anything. But that one just deflecting off her glove. Fortunately for her, the ball's still a dead ball. No one's able to run, but missed opportunity there for the Ospreys for sure.
Reynoso with a great at-bat right here, still alive. 3-2. Ball high, takes it, and a run scores for the Gators. 8-0 after another bases-loaded walk by the Ospreys.
And an absolutely fantastic at-bat for Reynoso. If you're Walton, you almost prefer that at-bat to a base hit on one or two pitches. She absolutely worked Dyer, making her throw way more pitches than she would have liked in the game that the Ospreys are already disadvantaged in.
So now UNF trails 8-0. That's the first run the Gators have scored in this bottom of the second inning. Bases still juiced for Florida. Here's the pitch from Dyer to Lindsay. Lindsay takes it on the outside corner for strike one. Lindsay last time singled, was stranded, but doing her job thus far for the Gators. Here's the 0-1 to Lindsay from Dyer. Ball one, just a shade off the plate. Looked to be in about the same spot, but Lindsay was smart in taking that pitch.
Yeah, tough call there for the Ospreys. 1-1 count is much different from an 0-2 count. Ospreys could have been in a great position for the strikeout there.
Dyer working quick. Here's the 1-1. Popped. Shortstop ranging back, makes the catch. Good grab right there by Harper. And that's out number 2 on the inning for the Ospreys.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Gators, that one was just shallow enough to where they couldn't tag from third base. Just a pointless out that time. It would have been nice to have a run score from third, but alas, this game will remain at 8-0 now with 2 outs.
So Hannah Adams, again with the bases loaded for the Gators, leading 8-0.
Yeah, now top of the lineup for the Gators.
Ball's drilled foul, left side.
This is a huge at-bat for both sides. Dyer really wants to put away Adams because if she doesn't, she has Lindemann, maybe Eccles, and then maybe Jordan Roberts coming up. This is a really dangerous part of the lineup for the Gators, like we've discussed already. Some really clutch players for the Gators in the 1 through 4 spots.
Dyer at the belt. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2. Great off-speed pitch right there from Dyer. So now with 2 outs, Hannah Adams is in a 0-2 hole for the Gators, leading 8-0 with the bases loaded. A chance to drive in a couple more right here if she can stay alive. Here's the 0-2 from Dyer. Ball way outside. That one got away from her a little bit.
And that one might have actually been an intentional pitch outside to try to check on the runners. It looked like the catcher was anticipating it, so maybe just a possible explanation for that one.
Matthews did not move off the bag, though. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Popped. Left field foul, just drops. That's the shortstop. Harper and Engman making way for that. Could not get there in time. So Adams stays alive. Count still 1-2 with 2 outs. Gators leading 8-0. UNF looking to get to this third inning, which they so desperately need. Really struggling to do much of anything offensively or defensively right now. Here's the pitch to Adams. Same spot, a little more to the left. Foul again. Adams stays alive. Good at bat.
Great job there by Adams. She stayed alive on both of these previous 2 pitches, like you said, pushing them to the left field. Not pitches that she can necessarily do much with, but she's able to live to see another pitch.
So here's the 1-2 again to Adams from Dyer. Ball inside, strike 3. Dyer sits her down. Great pitch right there from Dyer to sit down Adams and end the inning for UNF.
Yeah, and Adams knew right away that time that one was right on the black. Couldn't have panned it any perfectly. Great job there by Dyer to escape a bases-loaded jam.
So Ospreys get out of it relatively unscathed with only 1 run allowed. Still trail 8-0 to the Florida Gators, heading to the top of the third. And we'll take a short break real quick.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it
Morning, Daddy!
very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it
Morning, Daddy!
very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
And welcome back to Pressly Stadium with the Gators leading in the top of the third, 8-0 over the UNF Ospreys. Parker, what's gotten us to this point so far? How have the Gators dominated?
So far, they've just been seeing a lot of pitches, a lot of bad pitches from the Ospreys, but when they've seen good pitches, they've made them count. The Ospreys have thrown 78 total pitches, 39 of which have been balls, exactly half. They're throwing a 50% strike percentage. For the Gators, they've only thrown 23. So they've just been dominating that aspect of the game. And like I said, when they see those good pitches, they're making them pay. The Gators, 8 of 14 with a 571 team average already. It's just insane what the Gators have done from the plate so far in this game. It's been a really great testament to their offense early on in this young season.
And here's the first at bat for the night for the shortstop, number 22, Kayla Harper for UNF. As we'll go 9-1-2 for the UNF Ospreys here in the top of the third. Here's the pitch from Trilicek. Ball is inside. Kayla Harper trying to get on with a bunt.
Very interesting how Harper hasn't even seen an at-bat, whereas Hannah Adams for the Gators and some other players have already seen 2 at-bats. It's just a testament to how many pitches these Gators have seen.
1-0 from Trilicek. Inside ball 2. Trilicek just missing right now, not quite as sharp as she was in her no-hitter against Georgia State this past weekend. She was excellent in that game. In a run rule game for the Gators, she did not allow a hit, only 1 hit by pitch. The 2-0 is fouled back by Harper. Count will be 2-1 to the shortstop.
Regardless of the stats, though, or any lack of strikeouts or anything like that, Trilicek has been good when she needs to be, like I said earlier, limiting the total pitches and still throwing a shutout here to the Ospreys. I mean, obviously we're early on top of the third, but it's still been a great performance thus far.
Ball outside, high and outside from Trilicek. Harper will move the count to 3-1 with nobody out. UNF trailing 8-0 here in the top of the third. Here's the 3-1 from Trilicek. Drilled right back up the middle. Trilicek just barely avoided getting out of the way of that one. And that'll be a base hit up the middle. Single for Kayla Harper, who gets it started for the Ospreys here with no outs in the top of the third, trailing 8-0.
Yeah, nice job there by Harper. Usually you wouldn't normally swing at a 3-1 pitch unless you're absolutely sure it's a good one, and that time it was, and she was able to drive it right up the middle.
Not every day you give your 9-hitter the green light on 3-1, but she drilled that one.
Yeah.
That was the hardest hit ball I've seen by UNF tonight. Here's Trilchek to the leadoff hitter, fouled back. That's Engman. Last time singled for the Ospreys. So now UNF with a runner on first. That's Harper, who reached on the single up the middle. Engman with an 0-1 count. Trilchek in the circle for the Gators tonight. 4 hits, but no runs. Limited any damage.
And Engman so far 1 for 1 with a single already on this game.
And she'll take a ball outside. Count will go to 1-1. Engman, a key player for UNF right now. Getting it started in the first inning, although UNF couldn't push any across, even with runners on the corners. 1-1 pitch is taken low for ball 2. Trilchek went for the drop pitch right there, but did not get Engman to bite. Count is now 2-1 to Engman. Trilchek checking her wristband, twisting, winding up. Here's the pitch. Ball over the shortstop head. A little flare by Engman. Tries to get the runner at second, but no. A base hit into shallow left center by Engman. And UNF is threatening now with a runner in scoring position. 2 on in the top of the third inning.
Great hit there by Engman, who had a .467 on-base percentage going into that at-bat, so it's only going to jump from there. She's now 2 for 2 on the game. And, yeah, like you said, runners on first and second with 0 outs here still. Going to try to break the scoreboard here in the top of the third.
So we're going to have a player substituting for UNF as Lucas steps up to the plate for the Ospreys. It's a pinch runner. That's a number 12 for the Ospreys. That's a Gigi. So now here's Lucas for the Ospreys with 2 on and no outs, trailing 8-0 to the Florida Gators. Strike 1 from Trilchek. Trilchek looking to get out of this jam with no outs and 2 on. Runners on first and second after 2 straight get on base for the Ospreys. Here's the pitch. Bunted. Right back to Trilchek. Spins around, makes the throw, gets the first out of the inning. But Lucas does her job with her second sacrifice bunt of the game, moving the runners to second and third.
Yeah, that ball from Trilchek on the mound, a little low there for Lindemann at first base, but nice job scooping that one up to be able to capitalize on the first out. Ospreys here threatening and trying to score their first runs of the game.
So up steps the 3-hitter McGorry. Runners on second and third for UNF, trying to push something across in the top of the third.
That was a big at-bat, too, because now it makes it much harder to get a double play here for the Gators.
Pitch is slightly outside and low. Trilchek looking to get the second out of the inning, hopefully prevent any runners from scoring for the Gators. Does have an empty base, so we'll be careful right here with McGorry, the 3-hitter. Driving a ball over Lindsay's head, hits the fence in left field. 2 will score, and she's into second base with a stand-up double. That's McGorry driving home 2 for the Ospreys. UNF cuts the lead to 8-2 Gators here in the top of the third. That ball was smoked, Parker.
Yeah, great job squaring that ball up for McGorry, and the Ospreys really just staving off the mercy rule right now. Makes it a 6-run differential in the top of the third. They're going to try to cut away at this lead even more. They have a runner at second with still just 1 out in the game.
Here's Koski. Grounded into a double play last time, but not in that situation anymore. It was a great turn by Reynoso. Here's the pitch from Trilchek. Chopped to Reynoso, who fields and throws to first. Ball was a high bouncer.
Great play there by Reynoso. Like you said, a high bouncer. Really tough to judge those sometimes, but she was able to field it easily and make a nice, clean throw to first base.
So the Gators get their second out of the inning. Trilchek yields her first 2 runs of the season. And up for the Ospreys is Fent. Last time she lined out to Reynoso on a soft liner, and that ball is outside. Cottrell fakes the throw down to second, so now 1-0 count.
And the big thing about that last play from Reynoso, too, was that she was able to look the runner on second and make sure that she didn't advance before throwing the ball over. That was a really heads-up play there by the senior.
The pitch from Trilchek Grounded right side, easy ground ball, and Adams makes the play. Gators get out of this inning, only giving up 2 runs. The Ospreys do score their first 2 runs of the game on the double by McGorry. Ospreys back into this game, trailing 8-2, heading to the bottom of the third. We'll take a short break.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it
Morning, Daddy!
very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it
Morning, Daddy!
very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
And here we go from Pressly Stadium, the bottom of the third. The Gators coming up leading 8-2 after the Ospreys, the UNF Ospreys, tacked on 2 at the top of the inning. Dyer still pitching for UNF.
Gators really in the heart of their lineup to start out the bottom of the third. They have Lindemann, Eccles, and then Roberts, the 2-3-4 hitters. Should be interesting to see how Dyer pitches.
And the audience chanting the song Low Places, as that's probably what UNF was feeling about before last inning, tacking on those 2 runs to cut the lead to 6.
Yeah, the environment here is really, really lively. The first regular season game at Pressly Stadium for the Gators, and the attendance is fantastic. These Gators showing up in support of their softball team.
So here's Lindemann stepping up for the Gators. No one on, no one out in this bottom of the third inning. Here's the pitch from Dyer. Is high, ball 1.
Gators baseball team kicking off their season Friday night against Marshall. So a really busy week for Gators athletics as we sort of transition from the winter sports to the spring sports. It's a really exciting time, kind of meshing those basketball seasons with the baseball and softball.
Ball is stroked center field by Lindemann. That'll fall for a base hit. That's a single for Lindemann, and she will be on first for the Gators.
Yeah, and it was interesting there because Harper and McGorry were really playing kind of far apart. There was a big gap right up the middle, and she exploited it. They weren't really playing close to the second base bag, and really easy spot there to hit it right up the middle.
Charlotte Eccles will step up for the Gators. Lindemann reaches with the line drive single, so a runner on first with no outs in the bottom of the third. Gators leading 8-2. First pitch is outside to Eccles. Count is 1-0.
Interesting statistic for you. 7 of the 9 Gator players in their starting lineup currently hitting above 300. Obviously, it's a little young in the season, but it just goes to show the offense has been clicking.
1-0 is taken right over the heart of the plate by Eccles. Didn't want to pull the trigger on that one. So count will go to 1-1. Dyer looking to make it the first inning that the Ospreys do not let up any runs. And Eccles drives that ball easy to second base.
Yeah, and that one just deflecting off the top of the bat. If she had maybe squared up with that one just an inch or 2 closer to the barrel, would have been a really big hit, but that one just a harmless pop out to the second base.
So yes, McGorry gets the first out of the inning for the Ospreys. Here's Dyer. Double play would end it for UNF. Here's Roberts. Roberts takes high and away. There's ball 1.
That is easier said than done, though, on the cleanup hitter, Jordan Roberts.
With the 3-run homer to start the Gators in the first inning.
Ospreys are well aware what she's capable of.
There's strike 1. Jordan Roberts with the 1-1 count. Ospreys with 1 out in the inning. Here's Roberts. Flares out to right field. And that's the catch by Sundermeyer, making her way to her right for the easy catch for the second out of the inning. UNF trails 8-2. Runner on first for the Gators.
Yeah, nice job there by Sundermeyer, fielding and a shade to her right there and making that catch.
So Roberts is the second out of the inning. Up steps Jordan Matthews, number 99, the right fielder.
Defense hasn't been an issue for either team so far. No errors on either side of the ball, so it's been a really clean game in that perspective.
Here's the 0-0 count to Matthews. Outside, 1-0.
Obviously, though, the pitching for the Ospreys has been subpar, so that aspect of the defense definitely needs some work.
The 1-0 delivery from Dyer. Fouled back. Count will go to 1-1 on Matthews. Matthews has walked so far today. She's reached base both times. She has scored a run. And she's looking to advance Lindemann right here, who reached base after a single. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. Now 1-2.
Dyer's been doing a lot better job here in the past couple of at-bats and putting herself in better positions to succeed and get some outs. Now a 1-2 count. She's gotten in a lot better counts than she did to start off the game. Lots of 3-2, lots of 2-0 counts that just weren't setting her up for success early on.
Here's the 1-2, two-out pitch to Matthews. Ball outside. Count will be all twos right now. Matthews looking to keep the inning alive for the Gators, who have not scored yet this inning. Still lead 8-2. Ball 3. Takes it inside, works the count full. Great at bat so far from Matthews.
Yeah, and those have not been great misses by Dyer. Both of them quite low, really easy takes there from Matthews. If you're Dyer, you want to throw a pitch just off the plate or maybe something that she really wants to hit. Those are really easy takes.
Full count, two-out pitch is outside, ball 4. And there's another walk from Matthews.
Yeah, and that's just a really bad at bat for Dyer. I mean, you put her in a 1-2 count, and then you throw 3 straight bad balls. I mean, you really want to tempt her, like I said, on that 1-2 pitch. Maybe throw something just outside or maybe something just above the strike zone and get her to bite. But, I mean, those 3 balls were way outside of the strike zone, nothing that Matthews would have wanted to touch.
Here's Caraway for the Gators. Struck out looking her last time up, but has singled today. Takes the first pitch outside, 1-0.
Someone notable in attendance is actually Caraway's boyfriend, the starting quarterback for the Florida Gators, Kyle Trask. He's very supportive, makes sure to go out. He was at the USF Rollins Invitational where the Gators started off their season.
The 1-0 is taken for strike 1. 1-1 count on Caraway now. Dyer looking to escape this inning without giving up a run with 2 outs for UNF. Here's the 1-1 from Dyer. Taken outside. Caraway likes to get a little bit of a running start, get to first base fast, a little slap hit action from number 7 for the Gators. See what she can do here in a hitter's count, 2-1. The ball hits her on her way out there and hits off her leg.
She did not run away from that one. She definitely embraced it. I mean, a smart heads-up play there. She was able to hustle off the first base, so obviously no injury present, but really leaned into that one, is able to load the bases here after a promising start for the bottom of the third for the Ospreys.
That's what slap hitting can do for you. Ball gets away from the pitcher, and she did not shy away. You're right, Parker. So that bases will be loaded once again for the Gators with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. UNF trailing 8-2. Dyer looking to get out of it, and here steps up Julia Cottrell, who has reached base twice today with 2 hits. She's 2 for 2. Takes the first one. Catcher looks to throw back as Caraway was getting a good jump just in case that ball was hit.
Yeah, Cottrell so far 2 for 2, both singles and an RBI on the night. So, I mean, from that 7th spot in the lineup, I mean, anyone has been dangerous tonight. Every Gator except Eccles has actually recorded a hit here early on.
Gators getting a lot of production from their 2 catchers in Cottrell and Jordan Roberts tonight. Umpire has a word with Coach Higgs for UNF. Nothing seems to be too much of an issue. Probably just a warning to the pitcher, Dyer. So up steps Cottrell. Count is 0-1 on Cottrell. Here's Dyer. The delivery. Whacked foul. That one went way left field. That one, if that was hit fair, that was making its way to the fence, but hit over in left field to the Stacy Nelson Plaza.
Yeah, just a bit early on that one. If she had been just a hair, waited just a hair for that pitch, it would have been an easy home run to the left field side and actually a grand slam that would have put the Gators up 12-2. Instead, we're sitting at 1-1 with 2 outs, bases loaded.
The 1-1 pitch is down and in the dirt, so Cottrell will work it to 2-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Gators looking to add some more. Cottrell has delivered thus far this game.
Yeah, that one skipped to Cottrell. Like I said earlier, when Dyer has missed, she's missed poorly.
Here's the 2-1. Cottrell slaps it up the middle. That'll score 1. Rounding the third is Matthews, but she will stay. And everyone will move up 1 base, and the Gators will go up 9-2 here in the bottom of the third. Cottrell delivers with her 3rd single of the game, her 2nd RBI, and she's getting the job done for the Gators right now.
The Ospreys not able to deliver on what could have potentially been their first scoreless inning of this game. And instead of getting that one with no harm done, it looks like Dyer will actually be replaced on the circle.
So UNF will make a pitching change. We'll take a short commercial break. Gators lead 9-2 in the bottom of the third inning after tacking 1 more run on after the Cottrell single.
Yeah, coming in for the Ospreys is going to be Skylar Stockey. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on the Gators Student Broadcast Network.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it
Morning, Daddy!
very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
And welcome back to the Gator Student Broadcast Network. I'm Nevada Cullen, here with my partner, Parker Fluke. Entering the game for UNF, trailing 9-2, is the pitcher Skylar Stockey, who has pitched this season, has appeared once, pitched 1 inning, and retired 3 batters, only 1 walk, and doesn't have a lot to show yet this season. But donning her face mask, she'll look to go out there and get the job done for the Ospreys, get them out of this inning. Ospreys trail 9-2, and the Gators have the bases loaded. And up steps the shortstop, Sophia Reynoso, trying to score some more for Florida.
So far, Reynoso is 1 for 1 with an RBI and a base on balls.
So this will be Stockey's first pitch of the game with 2 outs for UNF. Here's the delivery. That ball is just off the plate. Good eye by Reynoso.
Yeah, tough spot for Stockey to come in. Throwing just 1 inning this entire season, like you said. Her 2nd inning coming with a bases-loaded jam in Gainesville against the number 8 ranked Florida Gators.
Reynoso directly to the shortstop for the 3rd out of the inning. Easily snagged by Harper. And Stockey gets the job done. So that's 1 batter and 1 out for Stockey. Comes in, gets the job done. What'd you like from Stockey right there, Parker? What does it say about her composure?
I mean, that was really clutch. The first ball that she missed was just off the plate. I mean, it could have gone either way. And then the second pitch she threw might have just been a problem with Reynoso squaring that ball up. But, I mean, she was able to get out of that inning unscathed. I mean, the Ospreys are still down 9-2. It's a 7-run deficit. It's not great for UNF right now, but it could have been much worse after that inning. I mean, the name of the game right now for UNF is damage control. And in that inning, just giving up 1 run, they'll take that.
So Trilachek's going to actually exit the game right now for the Gators. Gators will have a new pitcher in. That's number 22, Elizabeth Hightower, who has pitched so far for the Gators this season and has been very good for the Gators. Gators lead 9-2, entering the top of the 4th.
Yeah, for the Gators, it's been Natalie Lugo, Elizabeth Hightower, and Trilachek that have seen action from the circle. Hightower's a sophomore, so she has some experience coming in. She saw some time on the mound last year as well as Lugo. Trilachek is the less experienced of the 3. But Lugo and Trilachek have been mostly sharing the reps from the starter. Lugo has come in on specialty situations for saves or relief appearances like this. I mean, obviously lacking a couple pitchers from last year's team, Walton has to fill some gaps, and Hightower is someone that he'll need to step up this season.
Yes, and a good opportunity right now for Hightower to get some reps in. She's only pitched a little bit, 4.2 innings thus far, which is third most on the team, but nothing compared to what Trilachek and Lugo have pitched. So she'll look to continue this Gators dominance in this game as Florida leads 9-2 over UNF, entering the top of the fourth. Hightower making her way to the circle, dusting off her hands. Leading off for UNF is Logan Jackson, the first baseman for the Ospreys. Here's the pitch from Hightower, outside strike one. Great way to start if you're Hightower. So counts now 0-1 on Logan Jackson. UNF looking to get something going. Pushed across 2 in the top of the third, but still trail 9-2. Here's the pitch to Jackson. Swing and a miss.
And what you can tell right off the bat for Hightower is she has something of an unusual delivery. When she's winding up that ball, she kind of cocks her hip out to the left, and it's just a little bit of a funky delivery. So maybe a little bit harder to predict where the ball is going for the Ospreys. We'll see how they affect.
The 0-2 fouled off. Way to stay alive right there for Logan Jackson for UNF. Fought off that high and outside pitch. Hightower tried to get her to chase. She did, but Jackson stays alive. So no outs, 2 strikes to Jackson. Hightower looking to get her first batter. Peers at the armband. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, off-speed pitch. Hightower gets her.
Yeah, you could tell she took a lot off of that pitch, and a perfect time for it. She had been throwing straight heat in those pitches prior, so the Ospreys hadn't seen anything off-speed from her, but that time she delivered for the first strikeout of the game for her.
Crowd chanting Gator bait as Hightower on her first batter gets her first strikeout of the game. Up for UNF is the catcher, Ashley Goebel, who last time reached base with a single. First pitch, inside strike 1.
That was actually the first strikeout of any Gator pitcher in this game. Trilachek, while only giving up 2 earned runs in 3 innings, wasn't able to record a strikeout. So Hightower doing that in her first at-bat, a very impressive feat.
Hightower looking electric so far. Inside ball 1. So the count will go to 1-1 on Goebel. Hightower looks good so far. Gators donning their blue and orange tonight. Blue shirts, orange pants. And they've been running around the bases. We've had a blur of blue and orange tonight. Here's the 1-1. Strike 2. Hightower freezes her.
Hightower is coming off an impressive season last year. She's just a sophomore. Last season she was a freshman. She threw a 2.16 ERA, 4-1 with 61 innings pitched, and she was actually named to the All-SEC freshman team. So very
clapping.
great
Hightower.
season she's coming off of.
Ball 2. Crowd was really getting into it there with that 1-2 pitch. Hightower looking for her second strikeout in a row. Goebel for UNF. Looking to make something happen again for the Ospreys. Here goes the crowd again, looking for the strikeout. Here's Hightower, 2-2 at the belt. Here's the delivery. Ball 3. Goebel works the count full. Very patient right now from the Osprey catcher. So Hightower, who struck out her first batter, now in a 3-2 situation with 1 out. Facing Ashley Goebel. Rocks back. Here's Hightower, the 3-2 delivery low. Goebel takes it, works it for a walk. Hightower really just let her go right there. Poor at bat.
And that could have just been nerves for Hightower. She's coming in. She's a sophomore. It's still early in the season. She's working on a couple of those kinks. Hopefully have those straightened out as we get into the SEC portion of the schedule. But, I mean, that first strikeout was definitely promising. We'll see if she can't work out of this one. Only 1 runner on with 1 out.
Maybe a little too much in terms of the energy right there on that at-bat as she just kind of let those balls go low. UNF Ospreys will have a pinch runner. Should be Vega, 32 at first base. Up is Sundermeyer for the Ospreys. Here's Hightower checking her armband. Rocks back. Here's the pitch. She throws it hard, but that one was inside. Ball 1. Sundermeyer takes it. So now with Goebel on first and 1 out, UNF trails 9-2. Sundermeyer looking to make something happen here for the Ospreys. Hightower, the 1-0 pitch. Freezes her, strike 1. Count goes to 1-1 on Sundermeyer. Hightower works very efficiently. She gets to the plate fast. She's got a good fastball. And she's been freezing hitters so far, making them look a little bit silly. But Sundermeyer stays with that one. Ground 6-4-3 double play. Reynoso to Adams to Lindemann. Gators turn 2 and end the inning without giving up a run. So now we'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning with the Gators leading 9-2, and we'll take a short commercial break.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it
Morning, Daddy!
very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids. Healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60 because great things happen when we live united.
Donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
There are some things you...
Welcome back to the Gator Student Broadcast Network here from Pressly Stadium. UF softball. The Gators are winning 9-2, entering the bottom of the 4th inning. They're the home team, so they are up. Still pitching for UNF after getting one batter in the last inning is Stocky for UNF. Up for the Gators, Cheyenne Lindsay, who has a single this game and flew out to the shortstop last time.
Yeah, and Stocky coming off the last inning where she just threw 2 pitches, but it was able to escape the bases-loaded jam. So we'll definitely get to see more out of her in this inning, kind of pitches that she throws and what she's able to do with these Gators hitters that have just been absolutely dangerous tonight against this Ospreys squad.
So here's Stocky starting off the bottom of the 4th inning, pitching to Cheyenne Lindsay for the Gators. Ball is off speed and outside, ball 1. Lindsay will take that one smartly. Gators have been very patient tonight. Watched a lot of balls go by. Only struck out a few times. Here's Lindsay. Drives that one right back up the middle. Almost took off her head. Stocky got out of the way, though. And Lindsay is aboard with a base hit to start off the inning. A leadoff single for the Gators.
Yeah, great job going with the ball that time for Lindsay. It was a little bit off speed, but she was able to wait on it and eventually slap it up the middle for an easy single to start off this inning.
So here steps up Hannah Adams for the Gators, already her 4th at bat of the night. She has a single, a walk, and a backwards K. She struck out looking her last time up. Here's the pitch, bunted. Great bunt by Adams. She hustles to first, thrown out by the third baseman, but advances Lindsay to first base. Great play right there by Koski for the Osprey to get that out.
Yeah, almost actually advanced, almost made it safely to first base, did Adams. That was a great bunt to the left side of the third baseman. Nice job there fielding that one, though, for the Ospreys, able to get the first out of this inning.
And here's Lindemann stepping up for the Gators, singled hard to center last time. Looking to drive in Lindsay. Here's the no-count pitch, ball outside, 1-0. Lindemann looking to do some damage right here with a runner in scoring position for the Gators. Gators lead 9-2 in the bottom of the 4th. And here's Stocky from the stretch. Ball outside, 2-0. Lindemann being very, very patient. All these Gators batters tonight. Stocky looking to make something happen. Trying to get out the big Lindemann, big power hitter for the Gators at the 2-hole. Ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes to Lindemann. Lindemann's already walked once this game. Correction, she has not walked. She lined out to the third baseman, had an RBI off the pitcher's glove, and here's the pitch. That's a strike. She'll take that one. And singled her last time up. So Lindemann, now the count is 3-1. Stocky looking to retire the second Gator of the inning. Lindsay at second for the Gators. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. Lindemann takes her first walk of the game, and there will be 2 on for the Gators.
Yeah, and as we get towards the middle part of this game, I'd say this is almost more indicative of where the Gators are at this season. I mean, lots of energy coming into this game. It's a regular season home opener for the Gators. But now the energy is kind of tapered off and things are a little bit more level-headed for both sides. It's really interesting to see what this Gators team could do without all of that home crowd energy behind them.
Here's Charlotte Eccles without a hit tonight. Takes the first one for ball one. Eccles has been hitting really well this season, but she's 0 for 2 on the night with a walk. See what she can do here against Stocky.
Yeah, Eccles actually the only hitter in the starting lineup without a hit so far for the Gators. Let's see if she can't change that here in the bottom of the fourth.
Taking her time at the mound as the catcher, Goebel. Had a quick word with Stocky, trying to get the big hitter out for the Gators. Ospreys looking to get out of this without giving up a run, trying to make a comeback here. I've only put it across 2. Gators have 9. Big 7-run first is the difference right now for Florida. Here's the pitch. Eccles watches it outside. Count goes to 2-0.
Yeah, and I have to say, from UNF, it's been really impressive what they've done since giving up 7 runs in the first day. And at that point, I thought this was going to be headed for a quick mercy rule, but they've really leveled themselves off, giving up only 1 run in the second and third inning. Produced 2 runs for themselves.
The 2-0 to Eccles. Oh, almost hits her. High and tight. The off-speed pitch got away, and the count is now 3-0. Eccles did a little matrix on that one.
Yeah, that'll get Eccles to take a couple stances off the plate that time, really dust her off the plate.
You would think so. She's towing the line, though, right now. Looking to find a way on with 3-0. A walk will put her on right here, and she will take a rise ball high. And the bases are loaded. Once again, the Gators load the bases with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, Stocky's second straight walk after walking Lindemann. Bases loaded here for the Gators. Stocky with a promising start last day, and after just needing 2 pitches to get the out in the bases loaded jam, but unfortunately here in the bottom of the fourth, she created a bases loaded jam for herself now. Let's see if she can deal with it as well as she did the last inning.
Coach Higgs for UNF trying to talk her pitcher out of the inning. Infield, chatting it up with her. Lindemann on second for the Gators. Lindsay on third. And now on first base after the walk is Charlotte Eccles. Up for the plate for the Gators steps Jordan Roberts. With the bases loaded, has been very successful this game with runners in scoring position. Kicked off the game with a 3-run homer, which was the kickstart for the Gators offense tonight. So now here's the pitch to Roberts. No count, 1 out. Ball is low. See, if you're Stocky right here, you have to be careful with Roberts, but you can't be too careful because you got bases loaded, so you got nowhere to put her.
Yeah, a big statistic so far in this game. With runners on third and less than 2 outs, the Gators are 5 for 6, hitting an .833 average in those circumstances.
Pitch to Roberts. The 1-0 is good for strike 1. Good pitch right there by Stocky. Count is now 1-1 on Roberts.
Fortunately, though, for the Gators, they've had several bases-loaded circumstances. They've had 5 of those circumstances separately in this game, but only 1 hit off of those times. They're batting 200 with bases loaded so far.
Strike 2. Dots the corner. Great pitch right there from Stocky.
Yeah, the Ospreys so far have been able to manage with the bases loaded in those really clutch circumstances where this game could get away from them. Just been on the brink so many times. The Gators are trying to make a breakthrough here.
Here's the 1-2. Outside. Roberts takes, now count is 2-2.
I like that pitch there from Stocky, and here's why, because that could have easily been a pitch that Roberts could have chewed at. I mean, we saw earlier in the game with 1 and 2 counts that there were balls way outside the zone. That one was a good one.
2-2 off speed high. Roberts takes again, very patient, very smart with 2 strikes. Not swinging at anything or chasing anything. Ridiculous. So count is now 3-2 to Roberts. Here's the pitch from Stocky. Count full. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Stocky with a huge 3-2 pitch right there. Gets the second out of the inning as Roberts swings through.
Yeah, that pitch gets a smile out of Stocky. Her first strikeout of the game as she's able to set another batter down in a bases-loaded jam.
Here's Jordan Matthews stepping up. She's already walked twice tonight for the Gators. A walk right now would drive in a run. Bases are still loaded. Florida leads 9-2. UNF still trails. Stocky just struck out Jordan Roberts. A huge strikeout to bring upon 2 outs right now for the Gators. Bottom of the 4th inning, 9-2 Gators. There's Stuckey talking to our first baseman, now looking at her armband, getting ready for the pitch. No count. Ball 1, outside, just misses.
Yeah, nice eye there by Goddard. Able to watch that one as it travels outside the strike zone.
With 2 outs, runners will be going on contact. Matthews looking for a hitter's count. She'll take again. It's 2-0. Sorry, the pinch hitter, Bailey Goddard. Correction, Goddard is up for the Gators. Entered the game for Matthews. We'll see what Goddard can do. The pinch hitter stepping in for Florida. Here's the pitch. Ball 3. Looks like she might not have to do much. Count is 3-0 to Goddard. Goddard has seen some action so far this season. Stepped up big in games past, delivered some big hits. Here's the 3-0. She takes ball 4, a big walk by Goddard. Really good patience.
To double digits. They're now up 10-2 with the bases still loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th.
So the walk issued to Goddard will score Lindsay. And now it is 10-2 Gators. Stocky struggling to get out of this inning.
Yeah, Gators just hanging around there with the bases loaded. They haven't been able to get that massive breakthrough moment. Obviously, they had some massive hits in the first inning. Since then, it's just been a little bit of dink and dive hits with some walks along the way. This time, Jamie Hoover now pinch hitting. We'll see if she can't be the one that gets that breakthrough for the Gators.
First is taken inside. Hoover looking to deliver a big pinch hit at bat for the Gators. Goddard pinch hitting walked. Now Hoover in for Caraway. We'll see what the Gators, if they can continue this inning. They've scored 1. They're up 10-2. Now with 2 outs and a 1-0 count to Hoover. Here's the pitch. Off speed, taken low. These pinch hitters really being patient right now, waiting for their pitch. So now a 2-0 count on Hoover as catcher takes a stroll out to the mound to talk to Stocky again. Stocky really struggling again to get out of this inning, trying to work past Hoover.
Yeah, and obviously what most people know Hoover for, she's a senior, she's experienced on this team, but most people know her for is in 2019, she actually hit the game-winning RBI single to left field in the Super Regional against Tennessee that sent the Gators to their 10th Women's College World Series. So big at bat and a big clutch moment for her.
With 2-0 count right here, we'll see if she can get a clutch hit again. She works the count to 3-0. That's a ball. So a clutch hit or a clutch walk right here would be huge for the Gators. A walk drives in another run, would extend the lead to 11-2. They lead 10-2 at the moment. Here's Hoover. The delivery is good from Stocky, who gets the first strike. It's 3-1, a hitter's count for Hoover. We'll see if she gets the green light here.
Yeah, smart call there. I mean, that was probably her coach telling her not to swing at that one. Bases loaded up 10-2. The count 3-0. You basically never swing at that pitch.
Here's Hoover. 3-1 pitch, driven right field, flare, easy to Sundermeyer, and she camps under it for the catch, running in with a light jog, and that'll end the inning. UNF, again, escapes with only 1 as they have the previous 3 innings, including the 4th, and we'll head to the 5th.
Ospreys continuing their dominance with the bases loaded. Gators now hitting only 143 with the bases loaded. They've had these opportunities to make an enormous breakthrough and take a massive lead. Obviously, they're already up 8, but if you're thinking mercy roll for the Gators, they just haven't been able to get there yet. We'll see, though, in the 5th inning. For now, Gators up 10-2. We're going to take a quick break.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it...
Morning, Daddy!
Very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it
Morning, Daddy!
very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Welcome back to the Gator Student Broadcast Network. I'm Nevada Cullen here with Parker Fluke. Gators lead 10-2 over North Florida. And it has just been domination so far from the Gators. Started off with a 7-run first inning. Jordan Roberts crushed a 3-run homer to get it started. And now for the Gators, Hightower pitching, finished her first inning of work without giving up a run, and the Gators are rolling.
Yeah, so far, I mean, the Gators have continued their consistency from the circle pitching. They've only thrown 52 total pitches, 30 of which have been strikes. I mean, they're nailing their spots. Trilchek gave a great start, 3 innings of work. She gave up 6 hits, but was able to successfully maneuver that to only give up 2 earned runs. And Hightower so far in her 1 inning of work has not given up any hits, or any runs, rather. So we'll see if they can continue that. The Gators offense, though, like I said, just hasn't had that breakthrough since inning 1. We'll see what they can do.
UNF has never beat the Gators. Gators are 9-0 against the Ospreys. And they're going to have to do something this inning, UNF does, if they're going to have a chance to come back. Up steps Kayla Harper, the shortstop for UNF. Ball 1 is outside by Hightower. Got a little too excited there. So Harper singled her last time up. This is her second at bat of the night. A 6-4-3 double play erased the lone runner that reached last inning for UNF. Ball 2 is taken outside. So Harper is up in the count, 2-0. Hightower falls behind.
Gators playing in on the corners, first base and third base playing a little bit more shallow, so maybe they're expecting a bunt here from Harper to lead off this inning.
We'll see what she can do. Here's the pitch from Hightower. Swing and a miss from Harper. Harper just kind of flailed at that one. Did not have a chance to make contact. Great pitch right there. Made her chase. Hightower.
Yeah, not smart that time. Up in the count 2-0, and you'd swing on a pitch outside the strike zone where it could have been 3-0.
2-1 is low. Count goes to 3-1.
Hightower struggling to find her spots so far, so
Cottrell
a quick mound visit for the Gators.
Jogs out to her pitcher. Hightower has a word with Reynoso. Reynoso hand over the glove. Telling her something, making her smile a little bit. Gators up 10-2. Top of the 5th inning. UNF trails 10-2. And Harper at bat for the Ospreys with a 3-1 count. Here's the delivery from Hightower. Foul off the mask of Cottrell. She wore that one. Didn't even really flinch that much. She took it tough. Infield charging in, making sure she's okay. Umpire will give her a second. The unwritten rule. Umpire gets hurt. Catcher jogs out. And the umpire does the same for the catcher. A good night of baseball. Temperature dropping a little bit, but still nice and warm here in Gainesville.
Yeah, it's great to have softball and baseball back. In my opinion, there's nothing like it. I mean, it's great to have spring rolling around. These sports are really indicative of the season in which they come.
3-2 pitch hit to Reynoso. Reynoso at short, throws out Harper. Great play by Reynoso. She's been money tonight from the shortstop position.
Yeah, Harper with a lot of hustle off of that swing, but she almost made it to first base, but Reynoso with the quick throw to nail her at first.
So Hightower has only faced the minimum so far, 4 batters. 1 reached on a walk, but 3 of them she has retired, and now steps up the leadoff hitter, which was Engman, now entering the game, is Agigi for UNF. She pinch ran for Engman earlier, so she will stay in the game. So ball 1 to Agigi. Hightower checks her wrist, winds up. Here's the pitch. Ball is outside, so 2-0 to Agigi.
Yeah, Hightower so far struggling to find her spots here in the top of the 5th. Maybe getting a little tired, I'm not sure. She's only appeared really in relief positions so far, so maybe hasn't built up that endurance yet in the early season.
So count is now 2-0. Hightower at the belt. Here's the pitch. Slapped foul by Agigi. Would have been into the stand, stopped by the net. Over the Gator dugout. UNF just has kind of lacked energy tonight. Pushed 2 across in the 3rd inning, but other than that, nothing. Only 6 hits on the night. And Hightower's looked good so far for the Gators. Here's the 2-1. Slapped, foul. That one was lofted right into shallow left field, but fell left of the foul line. Lindsay making way for the Gators. Correction, that is not Lindsay. That is Hoover, who is now playing left field. So the count is now 2-2 on Igigi. She fixes her gloves, steps into the box. There's Hightower looking at her wristband. Here's the pitch. Ball outside, 3-2. Smart play by Igigi to let that one go. Close call with 2 strikes, but it paid off for her. So with 1 out, the count is full. Hightower looking for her second out of the inning. Crowd cheering for the strikeout. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Just off the plate. Another full count walk issued by Hightower as Igigi reaches base. That's going to be the first base runner for the Ospreys this inning.
Yeah, tough at bat there for Hightower. She wasted a lot of pitches there just to give up that walk. On the other side of the ball, Ospreys, nice job there for Igigi to put herself in a position where she wastes a lot of pitches and is able to get on base.
So Lucas now up for UNF. Takes a strike inside. Good pitch by Hightower. Gators lead 10-2. UNF's trailing with Lucas at the dish with Igigi on first after the walk. Hightower checks her wristband. Lines up for the pitch. Here we go. Inside, ball 1. So Lucas has bunted twice this game, has moved the runner over. Not sure if she'll do so here. Ospreys are going to need a couple more than just 1 run this inning. They're going to have to make something happen faster. The Gators already pretty much have this game out of reach unless the UNF team can make a comeback. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now to Lucas. Nice little rise ball action right there by Hightower.
Yeah, great job there by Hightower to make her chase on the high pitch. That one way up, but she really made her chase on that one.
So here's the 1-2. Now in a prime position for the strikeout, but flared into center field, ranging over and making the catch is the center fielder. And now there are 2 away for the Gators.
Yeah, great play there by Lindsay to range over into shallow center field. That one wasn't up in the air for long, but she was able to call off the left fielder, Jamie Hoover, and eventually make the play for the Gators.
Yeah, so Lindsay switched over to left after Hoover entered the game. She made her way to right. And now up is McGorry for UNF with Hightower having 2 outs now in this inning. Ball's fouled back straight up, and that one will hit the press box. And it will not. The catch will be made. The ball was up into the net. The ball is dead, but a great job by Cottrell to just track that ball even though it didn't count. Good practice for a catcher. Track that ball a long way. So now with Igigi on first and 2 outs, UNF still trails 10-2. Here's the pitch from Hightower. Low in the dirt. Skips in front of the plate. Not a good pitch, but the count is 1-1 on McGorry. McGorry has doubled her last time up with a huge drive over the head of Lindsay in left, who really had no chance at a ball that was just smoked. We'll see what McGorry can do here with the 1-1 pitch. That one smoked to left field, making way towards the pavilion and left, and that'll make its way onto the pavilion over the net. Foul ball works the way to 1-2.
No protective netting out there. Everyone's vulnerable to any spare foul ball that might come their way. Fortunately for the Gator faithful, everyone is able to avoid that missile out to left field.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Crowd wanting the strikeout again. Ground ball right side off the glove of the first baseman, but that ball will be foul. A great try right there by Lindemann to try to make a play on that, but just a little out of her reach. Count will stay at 1-2.
Her teammates letting her hear it a little bit, saying, hey, come on, we're getting tired out here. All in good jokes, though. Lots of team chemistry from this Gators softball squad.
A lot of experience and a lot of new talent. A good mix for the Gators. Here's the 1-2 from Hightower. Off speed high. Ball 2. Count work to 2-2.
Like you said, lots of experience and lots of new talent. That's something that isn't always easy to work with. I mean, we've seen the Gators men's basketball team lots of experience there, lots of new talent, but it hasn't been easy for Coach Mike White. Tim Walton has done a great job with this Gators softball team to get them out to a 4-1 start.
The 2-2 pitch is in the dirt, 3-2. Hightower really struggling to put away batters right now. After her first strikeout, she's now had 3 3-2 counts, and she retired. She let the other 2 batters reach base on balls, and now here's her third chance to redeem herself. Here's Hightower. Strike 3 looking. Umpire pulls the trigger, and she is gone. McGorry goes down looking and leaves the runner stranded. UNF still trails 10-2, and that is the ball game. Gators run ruled UNF 10-2 through 5 innings. Hightower shut the door, and what a great offensive performance by the Gators tonight. Kick-started by the 3-run homer by Jordan Roberts. Parker, what did you see tonight from the Gators that was just so inspiring on offense?
I mean, we talked about it earlier. The game plan for this Gators team this year is offense. They lost Barnhill from the pitching mound, and that was a big loss. They lost a lot of good talent, Amanda Lorenz as well. So looking to replace some of those gaps. I mean, lots of players stepped up tonight. I mean, we saw, like you said, Jordan Roberts from the cleanup position hit a 3-run bomb. We see Kendall Lindemann. We saw the pitcher, Riley Trilicek. I mean, she did a great job. That's a freshman. Lots of young talent for this team, but lots of experience as well. And, again, I cannot say enough about the job that Tim Walton has done with this team so far. They are just clicking on every level. It should be interesting to see how they perform going into SEC play, because this is an unusual position for the Gators. In every year since 2008, the Gators have had a returning All-American pitcher. This year is the exception to that. They have an All-American position player in Kendall Lindemann, but no pitchers on the All-American list. So this is a new challenge for Walton, and so far I think he's risen to the challenge.
And how about Hightower coming in, slamming the door for the Gators, didn't give up a run, and ending the game with a strikeout really says a lot about her performance tonight. As the Gators take their regular season home opener 10-2 over the UNF Ospreys.
Yeah, I was a little worried about Hightower early on. She threw 2 innings, didn't give up any hits, but had 2 base on balls. Had a little bit of trouble with her accuracy, which is something that she'll definitely work on. We're still early in the season, but like you said, able to slam the door and come away with a nice ending performance. Gators winning 10-2, just an impressive win on all aspects of the field, and Trilicek, with her second win, she'll jump to 2-0. Great freshman campaign so far for her.
So the Gators advance to 5-1. They will play in the Bubbly Invitational this weekend in Gainesville, with games against North Dakota State and Longwood on Friday, North Dakota State and Longwood again, so it's a doubleheader kind of for both teams, on Saturday, and then Sunday playing Southeastern Louisiana and Florida A&M. So 6 games here for the Gators this weekend. It's an 9-game homestand, including last night's loss to Team USA in the exhibition, 5-3, which was an impressive game for the Gators. Started it off with a win in the regular season, and now 7 more to go. Parker, what do you think it'll take for these Gators to close out this homestand, maybe without a loss if they keep playing like they did tonight?
It's hard to say, because this is their first regular season home game, and they struggled. I mean, it's hard to ignore the fact that they struggled against a number 17 Michigan team. They lost 11-2, and the pitching there just wasn't working for the Gators. Neither was the offense. It's a great win for them tonight, a 10-2 win. It's almost a reversal of fortune. But you can't ignore that game. They're 5-1, but that one loss was really ugly. So it's a great sign tonight to come into to Pressly Stadium and come away with a win, dominant win at that. But they still need to be working on those issues that plagued them in that loss to Michigan. But, I mean, like you said, this homestand will be really nice for them to work on improving their game on their home field. It's just a really exciting time for the Gators softball team, and it's a really exciting time for us. Like I said earlier, this is probably my favorite time of the year. We have softball season coming up. We have baseball season coming up. It's springtime. I mean, there's nothing better than it to get out on the turf, get out and watch some baseball, watch some softball. I'm just loving this.
And as for UNF, they fall to 2-3 on the season. They return home this weekend for their Osprey Classic in Jacksonville. What will they need to do, and how does this loss actually help them? What can they learn from this loss going into the weekend?
I think it was a lot of mental mistakes from them. I mean, There are some positives to glean, though. Like I said earlier, they were really good at not letting this game get away from them. This game could have easily been a 15-2, 20-2 massacre. But the Ospreys were great when the bases were loaded from the mound. I mean, like I said earlier, the Gators only hit 1 of 7, 143 average with the bases loaded. That's really unacceptable for the Gators. That's something that they need to work on. But it's a testament to the UNF pitchers coming up clutch when it mattered. You look at the scoreboard, this is an ugly loss. And it was a bad loss for UNF. But there are positives to glean from it. It's early in the season. Just don't let this one get away from you. Rollerson had a tough performance on the mound, giving up all those runs in the first inning. UNF just needs to work on getting a good start, because from there they only gave up 3 runs in the second, third, and fourth innings. They need to work on getting a good start, and I think they'll be in a good spot.
And how about that bottom third of the lineup for the Gators tonight? Julia Cottrell 3 for 3 with 2 ribbies. Reynoso 1 for 2 with another pair of ribbies, and Lindsay also went 2 for 3. That's 6 hits out of the bottom third of the order, and a night where just you could see from top to bottom Florida was hitting the ball.
It's impressive. It's really impressive, especially Cottrell, what she was able to do. She now has a 471 average, which leads her team, other than Cheyenne Lindsay, who has limited reps. But to see that this bottom third of the lineup almost did better than the first third, I mean, obviously, Jordan Roberts had that massive shot to center field that gave the Gators 3 runs in the first inning, gave them a lot of momentum, but she ended up 1 for 3 on the day. Like you said, the bottom third of this team almost carried the Gators in this night, which is really impressive to see, because eventually when Kendall Lindemann and Charlotte Eccles and Jordan Roberts start hitting the ball like they usually do, this team is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Tim Walton warned us. He said, guys, I'm going to try to make this an offensive team. We're used to playing fast ball softball where we play defense. We give up 2 to 3 runs every game. That's not going to be our identity this year. We're going to play some offensive softball. Expect to see multiple home runs in games from us, and that's all we saw tonight. Some great offense from the Gators.
That Gators offense sure did explode tonight, Parker. 10-2 win for the number 8 Florida Gators over UNF. The Gators advanced to 5-1 on the season after a 7-run first propels the Gators to a huge win. Riley Trilachek gets the win. Hightower shuts the door for the Gators, and they will play this weekend in the Bubbly Invitational. Here from Pressly Stadium in Gainesville, thanks for listening to the Gators Student Broadcast Network. I'm Nevada Cullen, here with my partner, Parker Fluke.
And make sure to stay tuned, because we've got a lot of great spring sports coming up on the Gators Student Broadcast Network. Women's basketball playing Ole Miss on Thursday night. That's going to be a heck of a game. And like I said, baseball season is just around the corner this week. It's a really exciting time for Gators athletics. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks for tuning in.